What's up guys, Anthony Jones here with Brigade Boats, and in this video we're going to be taking an old boat trailer that's seen much better days and we're going to be bringing her back to life with a full trailer restoration. I'm talking about taking that bad boy and stripping her all the way down the middle, adding new paint, new wheels, new tires, new hubs, new bearings, new side marker lights, LED tail lights, new winch, new jack, winch stand, and retractable tie down straps. I'm going to show you everything I use and the full process in this video from start to finish. So stick around and let's get into it. What is up guys? The time has finally come. I got a trailer for the light skiff. Here she is. It's a little rough, not too terrible. I think we can make it mo better. Big shout out to Marley, aka the Marley Man. For those that don't know, Marley is a good friend of mine, and he also is the man behind the camera on some of my most recent content. When we go out on the water or on trips, he's the guy that films it for me. He had her sitting around. He said, hey man, she's in my way. I'm gonna bring her to you and you can fix her up and use her on the light skiff. So that's what we're gonna do. Speaking of the devil, there is the old voodoo blue NILIGHT skiff, or as us rednecks call it, the Milha. And this boat does have this wheel system that is super convenient to load in and out of the bed of my truck. We need to trailer this thing for long road trips, guys, so I can use my truck bed for storage. Let's go over the scope of work on this and get started on this project. Number one, I know that Marley painted this, but we're gonna go back over it, sand it, wire wheel it in some spots, and do a new paint job, same color, just fresh paint. I also need to replace the rims and the tires as well as the hubs. I'm gonna build new bunks specifically for the light skiff, and we'll get into that when the time comes. I'm gonna remove all of the roller wheels. I'm gonna remove these tail light. I don't know why he's got two on each side, but we're gonna remove these guys and we're gonna rewire it. Folks at NILIGHT have been generous enough to provide me with a full trailer wiring and taillight assembly kit. And once I figure out where the boat's gonna go, I also need to get my bow stop on. Obviously there is none, and a winch. And I also wanna add a trailer jack. And I may or may not add some lights down the side of the trailer or some underglows or something. I'm not sure yet. We'll see when we cross that bridge. All right guys, let's get it. First task, removing the bunks. These are carriage bolts and they are rusted out. Some of them just spin. The others, I'm able to get the nut down off the bolt, but it gets to a point to where then it just locks up and starts spinning. I think we're gonna bust out the old recip saw, do some cutting and some beating. And if I gotta get the grinder out to cut these stinking bolts off, then I'll have to do that. This is my favorite tactic. The old roofing nail in the bunks to hold the carpet down. True cousin material. Not even gonna try anymore. We're just gonna cut these bad boys off. Got the old Milwaukee with a cut wheel, and I'm just gonna cut all of them off altogether and be done with it. Cut-off wheel made quick work of those bolts. I said screw it because they were rusted and I was not wanting to deal with it, so just cut them off. Now I am going to attack the roller wheels, and I'm actually gonna remove the wheels and the brackets all together. I do not need them. We're gonna go straight bunks, and even when I get to the bunks, I'm gonna do something completely different with the bunks than the standard bunk design, but we'll get into that later. Simultaneously, while I start taking the rest of this crap off this trailer, already kind of tested a little spot here with the old Ryobi with some 60 grit on that bad boy. So I'm not actually gonna sand it, guys. Old cousin Kale, my apprentice, is gonna be sanding this bad boy. He's gonna get to sanding, I'm gonna get to removing the rest of this junk. We're gonna get after it. If you got a boat, I guarantee you've got a ratchet strap or two laying around. I know that I do. And since this video was about a trailer restoration for a portable micro boat, what better way to put some products to the test from today's video sponsor, Strapinno. If you guys have been around the channel long enough, you probably know that I don't use or promote products from companies that I don't believe in. Now, I have used and am still using this specific set here for my light skiff. When I put it in the bed of my truck, these have got 1,800 pound braking strength and they match the boat. Strapinno also hooked me up with the big brother to these guys. Look at these monsters here. I'll use these bad boys for bigger loads as they carry a 4,850 pound braking string. And I have definitely leveled up my boat trailer game with these Strapinno retractable transom tie down straps that bolt right onto the back of the boat trailer. Let me show you how easy these are to operate and how anybody can become boat ramp champ. All you gotta do is hit this white button. That has released the retractable mechanism. Go ahead and unhook this. This is how fast things can go at the boat ramp. All I gotta do, hit this white button, clip her on there, and hit this, and start cranking. You'll see it's tightening. One more. And now we're locked, loaded, and ready to go. Strapinno makes more than just ratchet straps, and they sent a product my way that I'd never seen before, but now that I have it, I absolutely love it, and I will not go without it. It'll be a staple of the bed of my truck. This, my friends, is the ratcheting cargo bar. And yes, I have been toting around 8.5 gallons of gas. This cargo bar has been holding these in place and keeping them from sliding all around the truck. Perfect way for me to permanently secure my Yeti for quick and easy access right here, the back of the tailgate. Also works great to keep my beach fishing cart from sliding around in the bed of the truck. Strapinno's taken that concept of a ratchet strap and turned it into a cargo bar. You've got pivoting feet at the end of each side, and this thing is fully adjustable, and you can crank that yank on it, get it nice and tight and secure. If you're looking for cargo tie down solutions, definitely give Strapinno a chance. Check them out, guys. All the links are down in the video description as always. Let's get back into it. We're having some technical difficulties here.
Show them it spinning it. That's not supposed to spin. Can you see it?
No, we can't see it. Can you see it?
Yeah, this one right here.
Put your eye on it. Well, guys, it's got to get worse before it can get better. This trailer looks horrible. It looks like something out of World War II, something I pulled out of the lake. But it's time to paint. We're going to clean it first. We're going to be using denatured alcohol that I put in a spray bottle, some shop rags, and we're going to wipe her down. This right here is why we clean, to get all the funk, grime, dust, surface contaminants, whatever we can. We just wipe it down, try to get it all off. Now, we're just gonna move forward and go ahead and paint her up. Let's see if we could get her looking a little bit better than this. We got the first coat of paint on the trailer, looking good, and then it rained for 2 days. So still waiting to do the second coat because it's supposed to rain again tonight. While I'm waiting for that rain to come through and get back out of here to do that second coat of paint, my rims and tires and my hubs came in from eTrailer.com. I did purchase these. It was about $275. I did splurge and get the pre-packed hubs. So all I gotta do is stick them on the spindle, set it and forget it. Let's talk about these hubs. So embarrassingly enough, I have never replaced trailer hubs. What I did was off camera, I popped off the original wheel, accessed the hub by popping this cap off, taking out the pin, taking out the nut off the spindle, and then you just access the bearings, pop them out, clean them off. There's gonna be numbers on there, and you're gonna need the number on both bearings, front and back, because if they're different numbers, then that's gonna tell you that your spindle actually tapers. My spindle is straight, both bearings were the same numbers. Called up E-Trailer, told them the bearing numbers, and then the wheel and tire size, which is right here, 5.70-8. Just ordered new tires, new wheels, same size, and new hubs with new bearings, and that's how easy it is. Got the trailer in the shop. She is looking good, nice and shiny. We're not even gonna talk about that, but don't worry, we're gonna make it mow better in the end. That is a perfect example of what you are not to do when you mess something up and then you try to rush it and fix it, and then now you gotta backtrack. So I had a flaw in the paint. I tried to touch it up. I made it worse. I tried to roll it. It just kept making it worse, and now I gotta scrape all the paint off and fix it. But we're gonna move on to the bunks at this stage. So let's talk about these guys. As you can see, I'm using two 2x6 boards, turning them into basically an L. I'm gonna build one over here and show you exactly what I use to attach these together. You may look at this and say, why are you building it that way, Anthony? Well, I got an answer for you. Let's take a look at the bottom of the light skiff. That's the bottom of the boat. And you can see we've got these huge channels going all the way through on both sides, 20 inches to center. And so what I want to do is actually create a bunk that the boat can lock in when I pull it on the trailer. That way I don't have to run side bunks. And then I could weld a hook eye onto this aluminum transom to attach my Strapinno retractable ratchet strap, transom straps that I'm going to attach to the trailer. The bunks locking this thing in will keep it from moving side to side. It's just a unique design, so why not make a unique trailer for it? And yes, I am using pressure treated lumber. I normally stay away from it and don't use it because I'm working on aluminum boats. If you don't know, treated wood, to treat it and make it pressure treated, they put a bunch of chemicals in it, and one of the chemicals is copper sulfate, and it has a chemical reaction to aluminum that can cause corrosion and pitting. So I keep it far away from my boats. But hey, this boat is roto-molded HDPE plastic, so we're going to use treated. That way I don't have to seal anything, and we're just going to glue this bad boy up and then wrap it in some 20-ounce bass boat carpet. Gonna go ahead and wrap the bunks and carpet. I did 45 the end of that bunk just for aesthetic reasons. You'll see when the boat is on it what it actually looks like. Got the old Winch staple gun, the Amazon special. Got some stainless steel 5/16 staples for the carpet. Got some indoor outdoor carpet glue, my spreader, my air hose, my compressor. Gonna get to wrapping. In the middle of working on the trailer bunks, I took a quick break to install some new NILIGHT headlights on my old Toyota Tundra. As you can see, my old smoked headlights are in really bad shape, and I'll be replacing them with the NILIGHT black housing headlights. The install was super easy, the headlights fit great, and I had them on in less than 30 minutes. Definitely a major upgrade over what I had. My Toyota Tundra is a 2007 with over 220,000 miles, and if you're like me and plan on keeping a truck around for a while, NILIGHT has plenty of affordable headlight and taillight upgrades available. And it doesn't stop there, as I'll be using NILIGHT parts on the light skiff and on the trailer rebuild. got the bunks on, all new hardware, and that's the design. And what we've got here is 20 inches to center, which is what I need for the boat to go on here. And the idea or the concept is for the boat to slide in, and I've got those channels underneath the hull. The outside of the hull should rest on this bunk, and then this should kind of just lock into that channel and prevent it from going back and forth. Therefore, I don't need any side bunks. A lot of adjusting, a lot of measuring, but she's on there. Now I think I'm gonna go ahead and put the jack on the front so I don't have to use this stupid bucket anymore. Let me show you the jack. So for this project, I'm gonna be using the Better Boat trailer jack in wheel. Better Boat did provide me with this jack, but I was going to buy this on Amazon because it looked so good. And it was a recently best-selling item on Amazon for the trailer section. I actually reached out to Better Boat and said, hey man, I'm doing this project. And they said, we're gonna hook you up, cuz. So this is what we got. We could get rid of ye old bucket. This is what's included with the jack. Of course, you've got the jack with the handle, you've got the wheel. And what makes this unique from other ones that I've seen on the market is the pin actually goes on the shaft of the jack like so, and you could tighten it down. And then they've got a double wheel set up for more weight. And they also have a trailer jack foot plate. There's the foot plate. Different ways to accessorize the jack for your specific needs. I went with a single wheel because obviously this trailer and this boat is not that heavy. And then I've got the foot plate. So when I have it in the garage, I don't have to have it on the wheel. That way it won't roll on me when I bump into it, or if my kids are in here, I could just use that foot plate and it's nice and stable when I'm storing it for a long period of time. Quick detour from my original game plan. I went ahead and decided to pull the trailer out of the garage, hook it up to the truck, and see if I could get this stinking boat on this trailer and see if it fits on the bunks. Number two, the main reason is before I mount that jack, I just want to make sure I don't get ahead of myself and mount it in a location where I'm going to have to move it later. So I really wanted to see where the boat was going to sit and how much room I have to work with up here for that jack. And also this stop that I got on Amazon with the roller wheel. We're gonna mount the Better Boat winch on here in a little bit, and I'll show you that. Also, while I'm here, I was able to kind of game plan where my Strapinno retractable transom tie down straps are gonna mount to the trailer, because I gotta take this off. We're gonna weld a little eye on here like so. That way I could tie this thing down from corner to corner on the back of the boat at the transom, nice and snug. She's locked into those channels, as you can see. It worked out beautifully so the boat cannot move side to side. Straightforward, simple install. They include everything you need. You got your nuts, your bolts, your plates, your hardware, your jack, and everything you need is in the box. Let me show you a few features that I really like about this jack. Number one is this powder coated finish. It just looks nice and clean and mean. That looks so much better than what I got on the Top Gun John boat. This old Haul Master from Harbor Freight, much better looking jack. The removable wheel or plate system on the bottom of the jack, really unique design and some forward thinking there. This handle out of the box, I didn't know that it had this until I started looking at it. It's spring loaded, and you can see it's got this pin in the top, how it locks into place. And what you could do is you could pull up on it, unlock it, spin it. Your handle is now out here. You could crank that yank, and when you're done with it, you could reverse that action, flip it back in. It's got this little strap on it with this hook built in, something different, something innovative. Of course, I just really like the finish and how it matches the trailer, but everything else is a bonus. With the jack on, the bunks on, and everything kind of laid out as far as where I'm gonna mount the rest of the accessories on the trailer, finally time to do a little bit of wiring. We got a Taillight kit from NILIGHT. This has got everything in it that you need to wire up some taillights on a trailer. Let's take a look. Everything that is included is you got your clips, you got your wire splicers to splice in your side marker lights, you got these reflective doodad decals. I'm not gonna use those, sorry, NILIGHT. Got your instructions, you got your license plate holder, your side marker LEDs. Also, probably not gonna use these because I got some spotlights I wanna use, also from NILIGHT. All your wiring with your plug and then the tail lights. These are LED, and this one is the Halo, so that ring around the tail light should glow. Because I had an old junky trailer, you'll see these two holes. Well, guess what was supposed to be there? The Taillight mounting brackets. I found these little brackets on Amazon. I think they were like 10 bucks. We're gonna use these. We're gonna stick them on there to mount the taillights. Got the first side of all the lights installed. As you can see, there's that Halo LED tail light. Went ahead and added red LED spot. Basically the same way a new bass boat trailer would come. You're gonna have an amber in front of the fender, and I did add one more amber up front. And all of those are just tied into the running lights, so they only come on when your headlights are on. I'm gonna go into more detail on the other side of how I actually wire this in. NILIGHT includes a diagram showing you how to wire everything in. Very simple. You got 2 wires going to one side, 2 wires going to the other. Shows you which wire to tab in for your side markers and how to wire in your tail lights. Here's the start. It goes through the frame. You can see I've got it grounded there, through the frame, and then we go from 4 to 2 down one side and 2 down the other. You can see through there the split. Got it attached down through there with clips provided, and I added a few zip ties. This side's hanging loose because I like it loose as I wire everything in, and I'll attach it at the end. Quick note, these are the clips included with the wires. You'll notice one side, the top side, has those little hooks. It's different from the bottom side. So the top side, you're gonna clip the wire, and it's going to sit in this chamber, and those little hooks are going to prevent it from slipping back out. And the bottom side there, we're going to clip it onto the trailer. I'm going to clip it just like this. That way the wire stays up above the lip of the trailer frame. Let me show you what I mean. The clip is clipped to the frame, and you've got those wires nice and secure in there. They cannot be pulled out. Take a look at the tail light. Super easy installation. All you're going to do is bolt this onto the bracket or to your frame of your trailer, depending on your trailer setup. Wire it in. It's incredibly easy. You've got green to green and brown to brown. You'll notice I use heat shrink connectors because I build boats for a living, so I have those available. But they do include some wire nuts in the kit. So if you want to use what's in the kit, they include everything you need. Just got this zip tied up. I'm gonna zip tie this kind of up nice and tidy on the inside of here. There is a red LED spotlight. My trailer already has holes, but they're not the right diameter, so I use a step bit to go ahead and make them a little bit bigger to where this light fits in nice and tight. We've got the positive tied into the brown wire, and we've got the negative to the frame. And they include this to splice the positive in to the existing brown wire that you run, and these work great. But I have found it faster, considering I do this all the time, to just cut the daggone wire and use a heat shrink connector or a butt connector. So if you have those readily available, you don't have to use these. But if you have nothing, this is the deal. You're just going to put your wire through there, put your red one in the back where that end is capped, and then run your brown wire through the front one, squeeze, and that metal piece is going to come down and splice on the wires and connect them. And that's how you're going to do it. For the amber, I am using these amber ones from NILIGHT. So these are NILIGHT amber LED spotlights, and you can just get these in a pack all wired up. There's that LED Halo tail light. It's time to install the winch post. When I pulled the trailer out previously to put the boat on it to check everything, went ahead and taped and marked exactly where I wanted this winch post. So it's just going to be a means of simply putting this sucker on here. I had already even adjusted the height because it is adjustable, and just bolting it on. And there she is, super simple U-bolts. Comes with all the hardware you need, tight and secure. And then this M12 bolt, you just tighten down. There's some holes in there. It doesn't go all the way into the hole, but it does lock and grab that hole at your desired height, top to bottom. Got the boat back on the trailer, testing the lights, pulling it back in the garage. Everything works as it should. Now with the boat back on and all the lights working, I'm gonna install the winch and the Strapinno transom tie down straps to the trailer. And let's take a look at this thing. Better boat, winch. What do I like about it? Well, this thing looks really nice. It's powder coated black to match the jack. The one that they sent me is the 2,000 pound capacity. So this is like the beefed up version. It's got a nice handle on it, nice finish. It's blue, which matches the boat by happenstance. And then Better Boat logo down the side of the boat. So thank you guys, Better Boat. We're gonna put this on. The Better Boat 2,000 pound winch installed. And just an FYI, guys, not for lifting humans. And what I did here was simply bolt it down with some bolts that came with the winch. I did have to drill out the holes on this a little bit bigger, no big deal. And then you saw that I had made this, instead of a hole, more of an oval to be able to hook this to. So I wanted this to go directly over. I wanted this to stop the boat. And I wanted this to go over and almost straight down to be able to hook there and then crank that yank tightener down tight and secure up front. And that winch looks awesome. If you see this winch and the winch I used on my original boat, major difference, not only in performance and rating, but also just in style. That black looks killer. And this thing is corrosion resistant. Better Boat in the house, up front on the trailer. Well, guys, we find ourselves to the tail end of this trailer journey. One more thing left to install. Last, but definitely not least, folks at Strapinno have hooked a cousin up. And I am so excited about these, and I'm definitely ready to get strapped. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I have wanted these for a minute. Look at that. These are retractable, automatic retractable transom tie down straps that bolt to the trailer. You're never fighting with straps. Super speedy way at the boat ramp to just quickly release. They retract. You're in the water. When you put the boat back on the trailer, pull these bad boys out, crank them down, and you're on the road, and you're never fighting with straps. You're never having to store straps. These go right on the trailer permanently. If you noticed, they're also blue. We lucked out on a lot of items coming in blue, guys. Here's my game plan with these retractable transom tie-down straps. I'm simply gonna just bolt these to the trailer frame. Where I'm gonna do it is right about here. I'm gonna drill me a hole. I have about 1 inch of access to get in here, and I'm gonna bolt it right here. They're gonna sit right here. I'm gonna angle them in, and you see that? Your boy welded some eyes on this factory aluminum transom, and then we painted everything. It's all matte black, and then I put it back on. So we're gonna strap to these, and that'll give me diagonal downward pulling force on the back, pulling it this way, and up front we're gonna have force pulling it straight down underneath. We are locked in with these bunks into the channels of the boat. So this thing should go nowhere. And I want to note that Strapinno includes a bracket kit with the straps, as you can see in the hardware. And so if you need to use this bracket on your trailer to position the tie down in a certain way, it just makes it a universal fit, guys, for any trailer, any boat size, whatever. There's a will, there's a way, and you could use this bracket however you need to kind of manipulate it and get the right angle or get you around a corner. I don't need to do that, so we're just gonna drill a hole, set it, and forget it. And would you look at that? That is pretty freaking sick. That looks killer, man. Not only does it look great, it's functional, obviously. Strapped and secure. Let me show you how these Strapinno transom tie-down retractable ratchet straps work. And this is how fast things will go at the boat ramp with these straps. And that's it. Just to show you how much pressure that just pulled this boat down. As you can see, super easy to install, super easy to actually strap your boat once they're installed. Just alleviates a lot of headaches and speeds up the whole process when you're on the boat ramp. Definitely worth it.